counties and also across the country. But then, speaking of counties, we do start with Nakuru.
Oh yeah, Chichi Josephine Pointman in Nakuru County is ready to give us an update. Very good morning to you, Chichi. What can you tell us from Nakuru town?
Well, Fred, a very good morning to you. Yes, indeed, we are coming live to you from Nakuru town, and we're talking matters of femicide and controversy, suspense and mystery trail a spate of incidents of femicide in the country, with the latest one being the gruesome murder of a 20-year-old in a rented room in Roysambu. It is an incident that has, of course, elicited heated debate in the public, but of course, the question remains, Fred and Stan, where have we failed as society? Why are we experiencing a rise of femicide cases in Kenya? And who is to blame for these bloody atrocities? I am here just to get to locals and more especially to the human rights defenders in this particular county to tell me what they think about this whole matter, and also try to get some answers to the many questions that Kenyans are having in regards to this particular matter. Let me begin with you, Bwana Cosmas. I understand that you are a human rights defender in this particular county, but we've seen so many cases of femicide cases being on the rise, more especially in Kenya. What do you think? Where are we failing as a society, and what is the problem so far?
My name is Cosmas Mutua, Director of In Life and also Secretary in Nakuru Reproductive Health Network. We want to instruct the stamp to condemn this act of femicide. It's quite unfortunate because nobody deserves to die. Nobody is too holy to live, and nobody is too sinful to die such a painful death. So it's quite unfortunate that is rising. The cases are rising day in, day out. But my urge is, especially for the Airbnb owners, to ensure that they put adequate security measures. Because like when you go to a hotel, you find that the details are taken for every client, which is a good thing, and which is a good security measure. And also number two is, I also want to urge our ladies, our young ladies, both old and young, to be very vigilant, because it's quite unfortunate. You meet someone on social media, then the next time you are meeting in private is quite unfortunate. So we have to be very, very vigilant on who we are dating. We know we are social human beings are social beings, and the rest. So we need to have personal responsibility to ensure that you know the person you are dating, and you are meeting with anyone. Ensure that your security is paramount. Your security comes number one. Yes. And
who is to blame in all these bloody atrocities? According to you, you are a human rights defender. Yes. Who is to blame?
To me, number one is about the perpetrators, because it's quite unfortunate. People have turned to be animals. You are just killing people all the way and the rest. Number two, who is to blame is also the owners of these institutions, the Airbnb, because it means that the security lapses. Most of the time you find that if a client goes to Airbnb, you even don't see the owner of the facility. You are told go and pick some keys somewhere and all the rest. So I think I'm also to blame the owners of the Airbnb, because they need to take details of all the clients. And also before a client exits the facility, they need to have a check, like a security officer to go and check whether everything is okay and everyone is okay. So I think that's a big gap. And also the other thing, the security personnel. We have Ministry of Interior. They need also to be vigilant. They need to take some audit of this Airbnb to ensure that the ones that will be allowed to operate are the ones that have adequate security measures. Number three is also about the individuals who go to those facilities. You meet someone, as I said, on social media, you are meeting the other time, the next minute you are meeting. So it's about personal security. You should ensure that you know the person who you are meeting. Number two, we also need to, I want to urge our young ladies to be able to look for other sources of getting income. You don't need to engage in such issue going for sexual favors and the rest to earn money. So look for something that is more decent to do, so that you don't need to engage yourself in to expose yourself into such a situation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cosmos. Bwana Martin Lunalo, you are a human rights defender. I understand all this is happening, and especially we have seen cases of femicide rising in Kenya. What do you think? And I will ask you a question that I asked Cosmos. What do you think? Who is to blame for this?
I'm aware of what is happening, and I want to condemn it. That it's not something we'll want to appreciate as a country. As a government, I think it's very important for us to think of how will the government regulate the Airbnb businesses. Are they regulated? Do we have any policy or guidelines on how that should be taken into account? What Cosmas says is very clear, that it's very important for us to have this regulation done, and the government should put into place mechanisms to ensure that the security of not only the clients, but also the owners of this Airbnb is taken into consideration. Number two, the society itself. How do we make sure that we are sensitizing our young women to understand that the perpetrators are outside here? And how do we make that business safer? Because I cannot say that they should stop. What I'm saying is that these are businesses that people are doing, and we don't need to condemn them because of the business, but now the outcome of the business is what we are condemning here. So as human rights defenders, we are just saying, can the government take lead in this? We need to see thorough investigations. We need to see people put into records. We want to see these guys arrested and taken to the justice system. We saw even what happened in River Yala, when we collected a lot of bodies. But up to now, we've never had the accountability from the institution telling us that now we have put these people in book. We've realized these are the perpetrators of these killings. So in this country, I want to say that it's enough for us to be condemning. Let us see justice taking place, taking shape, moving forward. So our young women also, let us take charge of ourselves. If you meet people online dating is not bad. But when you meet people online, who are these people? Can you check their profile? Who is this person that you are going to meet up with? Again, whom are you telling? You need to have at least a backup plan. If I'm going to meet someone I don't know in an Airbnb, who is a backup plan outside this room? So I'm talking to people to tell them kindly make sure that you are taking sure that your security is put into consideration even before going there. The problem we are having is that most of the young people will want to do these things in secret. Most of the women are doing them in secret. And then this happens, even the families are not aware where their children are. So I think we need to put this in humanities into records. We need to ensure that the DCI is doing their responsibility. We want to see the criminal investigators putting to record. We have heard that people are coming all the way from Nigeria. How did they even get into this country? Did they even record? Did the country take the record of these people? Do they have their profiles? What other businesses do they do? Or could this be one of the reasons to why we will want to say that we do not want to be a visa-free country? Are we opening an avenue of injustices? Are we opening an avenue of criminal offenders who are coming and running to this country to do illegal businesses? So I think this is the things that we need to ask a tough question to this government.
Mr. Lunalo, do you think the society has also moved relationships to being transactional?
I cannot say that the society has moved the relationships to be transactions. I can just say that things are changing, and the way people will want to enjoy their own sexual lives is upon them. But again, as a community, as a society, what kind of lessons are we giving to our people? Is it enough to see our young girls running for businesses that might not be as sustainable as we would want them to look like? Is it okay for us to celebrate when we see such things happening? So what are the learnings are we getting from this? I think I'll repeat and say the justice system should be taken into account. We want to see if such cases are taken, how are they prosecuted? So the prosecution must be taken into consideration. For me, it's not about the society. For me, it's about the governance of this country. How are we administering security apart from just condemning in the media? The way I'm condemning it today, you will see even the cabinet for interior, Mr. Kindiki, saying the same thing. So if the cabinet secretary can condemn the way we are condemning, then in whose hands are we safe? If the government itself is complaining, then what could the citizen do? So I'm calling upon the government, the interior, the Minister of Interior, the prosecution side, the judges and the judiciary can we make sure that our justice system is put into space where everyone, including those who are coming in this country, feels that it is safe?
Thank you so much, Bwana Lunalo. Therefore, Fred and Stan, those are, of course, locals, and of course, they are defenders, or rather human rights defenders from this county. Of course, they also run advocacies on defending women's rights. I understand that they have spoken a lot concerning this particular matter, but also to give an outline of some cases that I am aware of that have happened, especially in Nakuru and some other parts of Nakuru, is that we have had the case of Jasmine Njoki, a 12-year-old who was murdered in Nakuru in September last year. We also have the case of Laura Kwisira, who was murdered or shot 5 times in December last year. We also have Phyllis Jepleting, a university student who was killed here in Nakuru in January last year. We also have the case of an Olympic medalist, Agnes Tirop, murdered in the year 2021. We also have the case of Ivy Wangeshi, who was a medical student at Moi University, who was murdered in the year 2019. It is so unfortunate, but even as cameras keep rolling to give focus to this particular issue, we also have to create awareness to bring a meaningful change, or rather a meaningful change to this whole matter. That is all we have from Nakuru County. For now, allow me hand over to you, Fred and Stan. From here, my name is Chichi Josephine.
Thank you so much, Chichi Josephine, our reporter in Nakuru. And yes, indeed, a big discussion even on the national stage. It is what is leading in all the main dailies.